Welcome to Land House. I'm Seth. This is the Kimo cordless drill. Let's open up this bag and see all the stuff that comes in this kit. First off, it comes with a nice storage bag, which is always nice to have. And it seems to be a thick enough material that it's going to last for some time. All right, there's an inner bag here. It's got a bunch of stuff in there. Anyway, let's just pull it all out and take a look at it here up close, because this kit comes with a lot of stuff. I now have everything out of the bag. Now, one thing to note, the bag is plenty big enough to hold everything, so that is nice. Let's start over here at the drill itself. It is the Kimo hammer drill. So up here on the top, you've got the hammer setting, you've got the screw setting, and then you've got drill setting. So you can turn that knob right there to access those different settings. And then the outer ring has a 1 through 21 on the speed settings. Now the chuck is a 3/8, or I believe that's a 10 millimeter. So you can adjust that like you would with any typical chuck. It has a trigger down here, so you can turn this unit on or off. Has forward and reverse like a typical drill would. There's also 3 little LEDs down here, and I believe that's an indicator of battery, because I don't see a battery test here on this battery. But whenever you push the trigger, those lights turn on. Now I am noticing that the LED work light only operates when you have pressed down that trigger. So some of the drills I've used will have the light stay on for a couple of seconds whenever you don't have the trigger held down. Now there's rubber back here on the back. The whole grip is rubber, even down here around that work light. So that is really nice to have. So both directions seem to work just fine. All right, let's move on to the next thing. The actual battery charger is very simplified. Plug this side into the wall and this into the battery. Now the box indicated it would work up to 240 volt, but the plug here just says 100 to 120 volt. Okay, there is a belt clip you can install. I don't care much for those, so I'm going to leave it off. This right here is an adjustable piece that allows you to get around corners and still operate that drill if you have to get into some place it's hard to reach. This little red box here is a bunch of driver bits. It's a little bit hard to open, but you have various sizes of star, Allen wrench, you got your Phillips, and you've also got flathead, and then there's an extension driver down there. I believe that's going to be a 1/4 inch. Let's see, is there a square? I don't see a square in there. Interesting. All right, so that's nice to have. Lots of different bits. So it does come with several drill bits here, which are nice to have in a kit. You've got this right here, which is several different sizes of hole saw. Let's pour that out. I might keep this box to store them in. And then there is how you would attach those to the guide drill bit. So that's nice. It also comes with several brushes that you could use. I don't know if you would use that to clean car wheels or something. Let's go ahead and open up this bag and see what's inside of there. Man, all kinds of stuff. We've got a screwdriver that has the 1/4 inch right there. You can put those bits in. Got a 3 meter tape measure. See if it'll lock down. It does. Very cool. Definitely not the highest construction, but it's nice to have. Some needle nose pliers. And those actually feel pretty good, to be honest. Yeah, nice. Not bad at all. Let's see what else. Okay, we've got some Allen wrenches, several different sizes. Here's a regular pair of pliers. Those also seem to be of decent quality. Okay, we've got some Sheetrock screws with anchors. Those are always nice to have. We've got a Phillips head screwdriver. We've got a flathead screwdriver, a tiny hammer, but nice and heavy. a torpedo level. Probably the least quality thing that I've felt in here so far. It's a little bit flimsy. It does have a magnet on there. That's always good. And that's it inside of this little bag. Man, look at all that stuff. So I think this is going to be a nice kit to give someone who really doesn't have a lot of tools. And that way they can have everything. I've got a board here that we can use to drill into and maybe put some screws into and things. So first thing, it's a bit dirty. Let's go ahead and use this little cleaning tool to get it cleaned off. All right, let's go ahead and put this on the drill setting in maybe 7. Whew, okay. Took some of that pencil mark off of there. Okay, very nice. Let's consider that to be clean enough with that tool. All right, next thing let's do, let's drill a hole. This one is an 8. I guess that means an 8mm. Let's set this to 11. Okay, now let's put it to 1 up here on the top. Way slower. Let's turn this. Let's see if I had a different size here we could try out. All right, here's a 5. Let's give that a try. Setting 1 definitely slows this thing way down. Let's crank it back up to 2 here. Let's click this over to the hammer drill and see if it makes much of a difference. Some. I don't think that's the highest quality bit right there. Let's go back to that bigger one. Okay, give this a try again. Made it through that. Let's turn it back to the drill and try that same hole again right over here. I think it was actually easier without the hammer feature. Okay, well that seems to be working. Let's click it over here to the screw setting and see if these up here are limited with that one. Okay, let me click this over here to 1 and see if that's going to basically bog down whenever we try to drill through. Yep, there we go. And now click this over here to 17. It should go straight through. Yeah. So that does work. I wanted to see something again here with one of these bigger bits. It seemed as though there was a little bit of wobble in the drill. So let me see if that comes back here again. Let's just put this on 13 and then give it a try and see if it wobbles any. Yeah, definitely a wobble. Not sure if that's coming from the bit or from the drill. I don't see any wobble on that. Lock that in. The wobble is still there though. I'm going to set this to the drill setting again and see if we can just put a decent hole in here. Yeah. Caked up those teeth pretty quick with this soft pine. It is definitely putting a hole in there, but I imagine it's going to take a while and you'd probably want to have to clean these teeth out fairly often to get that thing to cut with any kind of efficiency. Yeah. Anyway, the kit's not the highest quality with some of the extra things that come in here, but it would definitely get the job done if it's the only kit you wanted to purchase for somebody that maybe didn't have the highest need for a bunch of high-end tools. So there you go. That is the hole saw. Seems to work just fine. Put that back in its box. As a drill, this worked out decent. Not the highest, but not the worst I've seen. And so let's move on to putting some screws in. So I've got a 3-inch and a 2-inch Torx head screw, and these are both T20. So let me see if I can get that T20 out of there. Man, definitely have to use the pliers that came with this unit to pull that driver out. Yep, that's what we need. Alright, so I'm going to use this right here to go into the drill, and that will allow me to easily swap between bits, but I just need that T25. So I'm going to go ahead and keep this on the drill setting, and let's start off with 5. I don't know if that's going to make a difference without that middle piece, but let's just go ahead and try it. Okay, no real issues there. Let's see how it handles this 3-inch screw. Yeah, no problems at all getting that down into that wood. Let's go ahead and do a reverse here. It's nice to see when a drill can put that Torx screw in there. I think for the average homeowner, that's about as much as you would need as a 3-inch screw into some pine. Yeah, so that was convenient. Let's go ahead and pull that back out of there. I imagine as you use this little holder, it will get easier to get some of those bits out of there. One of them always stays here. It's one of the Allen wrenches. The Kimo 20-volt hammer drill has more than enough power to put your typical average screws into a pine board. It also has the power to drill through the wood using at least this 8mm bit, and comes with lots of stuff from a couple of pliers to some cleaning brushes and those hole saws. And it's nice to have a contained little kit of bits here. So this is a great tool for someone who is not looking to do a lot of construction work, but just needs a good drill for around the house. So I'm actually going to give this one to my sister for a Christmas present. So I think it will do quite well for her. If you want to check out more information on the Kimo 20-volt cordless drill, then I have a link in the description down below. Thanks for watching. I'm Seth Landahouse, and I'll see you in the next video.